विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः।
Welcome to Attain Happiness and Peace through Bhagavad Gita and meditation. Guruji, you can see the picture of Guruji right here. And again, happy Guru Purnima to all of you. The today's subject is how to find the Guru. We have many Gurus in our life. In fact, the day we are born, we have a Guru, our mother, our father, who are in the form of Brahma, came in our life, who created us. So how to find the real Guru in our life? Our inner Guru, ultimate Guru. So, जैसे कि आपने देखा गुरु ब्रह्मा, गुरु विष्णु, गुरु देवो महेश्वरा, गुरु साक्षात परम ब्रह्मा, तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः. Our parents were our Brahmas for us, who created us. Our wisdom, our knowledge which we got in this world to live, that is Vishnu, gives us the maintenance, how to maintain our life and how to get out of miseries, how to remove those miseries. In other words, those miseries are disappeared, dissipate in our life. That is Maheshwara. And ultimately, we experience our Satchitananda, who we are. That's what our true Guru is. Guru is outside, who is guiding us. Many Gurus, external Gurus, but inside Gurus is within us. So again, you all know I'm Satya Kalra, the founder of Path to Anandam, and I have formed that organization in 2007 with the advice of Gurus, because until then I was in the corporate world, in the biotechnology medical field for 35 years, served as all the way to the CEO of the company. And then with the Adesh of Guruji, when I met Guruji Hariharji Maharaj in 1993, he asked me to write the books. And I could not write even a single paragraph in the spirituality. The only thing I liked in my life was that when I was growing up, a lot of Gurus used to come to our home. The only thing I enjoyed with them, sitting next to them and people coming and visiting them. My mother was serving them. My father was very much into Gita and non-duality, but my mother was more into seva and not into bhajan, kirtan, mantras, puja, path. Only thing I learned from her that serve, serve, serve. Give, give, give. Share, share, share. No bhikhari could go by our home, not just the food. She will call them inside the house. She will give them the water to take the shower, because उनको बोलती थी तुम्हारे बाल गंदे हो रहे हैं, तुम्हारी बॉडी रूखी हो रही है, तो उनको कहती थी पहले नहाओ यहाँ पर, ये कपड़े पहन लो, अच्छे वाले कपड़े देती थी, और फिर उनको खाना देती थी, और फिर उनको साथ में ये भी शिक्षा देती थी कि अब आप भीख मत मांगो, थोड़ा काम करो. So I learned those very basic things. But Guruji came in my life in 1993. He asked me to read Bhagavad Gita. And my answer to him was, I do not understand Bhagavad Gita because Lord Krishna, sometimes कहते हैं काम करो, sometimes he says bhakti करो, sometimes कहते हैं ज्ञान better है. I do not understand. It's very confusing for me. So he says, बेटा अच्छा कर्म करो. And I say, Guruji, अच्छा कर्म क्या होता है? He says, बेटा दूसरों की रिस्पेक्ट करना ही अच्छा कर्म है, बस वो उसी पे ध्यान दे. But when he asked me to write the books, I said, Guruji, मुझे कुछ नहीं लिखना आता है. And today, in the blessing of him, I have 15 bestsellers on Amazon. And my very first book, which I use it in my question and God's answers, because he asked me to become Arjun, and I did not know what Arjun means. But when I was writing the book and being a medical scientist, everything is to me question and answers. Question, ऐसा क्यों कर रहे हैं? Why are we doing these experiments? And what are we going to get out of it? And similarly, my question was, why am I reading this Bhagavad Gita? What is going to offer me? So every verse I read, in book, every verse is a question. And this book has been used in UC Berkeley, in courts of ethics. And this was my very first book, which became the bestseller on Amazon as well. So I welcome you again on the theme of Path to Anandam, because our path to Anandam, to me, all these activities I do take me to Satchit Ananda, who I am. So that's the name came to me. I will share the logo with you as well. But the purpose of the study group is to attain the eternal happiness, experience the happiness, the peace in this lifetime, not just because marne ke baad moksha milega. And Gita taught me how to live and how to die and how to go beyond that. But ultimately, Gita taught me how to go beyond these miseries of life. And that's why very first question in my Bhagavad Gita, my question and God's answer is that, is it possible to live in this world without miseries, in peace, in Anandam? And the answer is Bhagavad Gita, a vehicle that takes us from miseries and pains to Anandam, a happy and peaceful life. So me, Gita become my path, become my vehicle, and has changed the direction of my life. But how? As Swamiji said, better Arjun ban jao. And first thing to me was, let me evaluate myself. How can I compare myself with Arjuna? What are the difficulties I have in my life? Difficulties does not mean my situations. What are my emotions? What are my issues are causing the problem to me? And where am I? I used to be, I always used to think that, oh, ye दूसरों का reason hai. I used to blame others. And after reading Gita, लगा ये तो सब मेरे ही problems हैं. Nothing is outside, it is all inside of me. That's why I call this a self-transformation and self-improvement session. Practice, practice, practice. Unless we practice Bhagavad Gita's teaching in every moment of our life, we cannot understand Bhagavad Gita. We have to become a walking Bhagavad Gita, talking Bhagavad Gita, do action. Bhagavad Gita has to be in action, thinking Bhagavad Gita, smiling like a Lord Krishna. क्योंकि कृष्ण भगवान जी जब अर्जुन रोते थे, करते थे सब, when he was in Vishad, and Krishna Bhagwan ji was smiling, and Arjun says, Keshav, how come you are smiling? Why don't you talk? And Lord Krishna says, Pehle tum to bolo. It was such a beautiful conversation. There was no Vishad, there was no discussion, arguments. to me, Gita is samvad. It says in end of every chapter, Gita, Shri Krishna Arjun samvade. It never says vivade. One talks, other listens. और जो कृष्ण भगवान जी कह रहे थे अर्जुन सुन रहा था. Teaches us such a good listening skills. These are the management skills which we learn when we are in the MBA class. And here Bhagavad Gita has everything. After reading Bhagavad Gita, and when I was reading, I say, oh, ये MBA में क्या था, कुछ भी जो है, सब कुछ Bhagavad Gita से लिया हुआ है. So Bhagavad Gita to me is a self-transformation and self-improvement tool. Enhance the quality of our life. And it's such a beautiful verse. It's a Chinese verse, but it's a beautiful verse. If you want to awaken all the humanity, then awaken all of yourself. If you want to eliminate the suffering in the world, then eliminate all that darkness in and negativity within ourselves. That will be our truly gift. The greatest gift you have to give it to that of your own. दूसरों को नहीं, अपने आप पे फोकस करना है. So Gita is an answer to all those seeking enlightenment on the various problems of life, as Swami Hariharji Maharaj said. And my presentations are based on the book of my question and God's answers. But then there are most of my books are pocket books where I take one verse of Bhagavad Gita. For example, prosperity forever through Karma Yoga, righteous action. Whole book is based on the Karmanya Vadika Raste Ma Phaleshu Kadachan. But there are 76 verses, all evolving around that subject. So that today's subject is how to find the Guru. Last week we had a how to awaken the Guru within ourselves, who is within ourselves. And we cover all these subjects. What is Guru? What are the attributes and role of Guru? Difference between a teacher and a Guru, which is very, very important to understand that. And we briefly discussed also how to awaken the Guru, or how to find the Guru and awaken the Guru within. But today we will mainly focusing on that part. And what are the qualifications to get his blessings? How do we qualify to awaken that Guru or get the blessing? And again, Gita is my Guru. Shri Krishna Bhagwan Ji is Jagat Guru. And then of course, meditation and question and answers. But today we are celebrating Guru Purnima today. It was yesterday, day before yesterday, the full moon day, the light day, which removes the ignorance. See, what a coincidence. Full moon, full light, complete light, which removes the darkness in the universe. And Guru removes the darkness within us. So this is the day, I call it, express our gratitude to all the Gurus who came in our life. So this is a Thanksgiving day to me for our Gurus. And it is also known as Vyas Purnima, the birthday of sage Vyasji, which we all know. He's the author of all the Vedas and Puranas and Mahabharata and all the 4 Vedas, etc. But this is a time to rejuvenate, remind ourselves the relationship between Guru and disciple. And Guru is the one who helps us to transform our life, raises our conscious level higher and higher and higher. So what Guru means to you, that will be the question I always ask to myself and I ask to everyone. Think about it. What Guru means to me? Just for a few seconds. To me, Guru again represents the sunlight who removes the darkness in us. So Guru brings the light of true understanding through which our ego, so important, our ego which we cannot feel it, we cannot sense it, दिए तले अंधेरा, हमको अपनी ईगो नहीं समझ में आती है कि कहाँ कहाँ हमको दुख दे रही है. So which our egos, our insatiable desires, हिरण की तरह मरीचिका, mirage, which you can never find it, the desires never satisfied our life, our expectation and our illusions. This is what Guru does. He removes it. He brings the light in our life. And so what are the attributes of or hallmarks of Guru? Gita में तो बहुत सुंदर दिया है. True Guru should understand the spirit of the scriptures, have a pure character and be free from sins, and should be selfless without desires for money and name and fame. This is what Vivekananda said. So Guru is the namely disperse our darkness. But this is beautiful sentence I found, and it is so beautiful. It is not mine. Most of the things when I write in the presentation, these all come within me because I do through meditation. I don't write books and things through open eyes. I just close my eyes, whatever the messages Lord Krishna gives me, God gives me, and I just present it here. But this sentence, I picked it up from one of the place. Gurus are numerous as lamps in every house, but difficult to find is a guru who lights up everything like a sun. So that's the type of guru we want in our lives. So guru have extraordinary power. We should not be deluded by that, but guru have a very extraordinary power. They have a very extraordinary energy. Sometimes they put the thumb on your forehead, and then all of a sudden your body will start shivering. That's the energy they have. They can read your mind. Many times people, as I said it last time, I had a whole week Gita Parvachan on bank of Ganga, and there were 99.9% all these were Americans or Westerns or Chinese, combination of all them. And after the 3-hour session, people will come and say, you answered my this question, you answered my this question. How did you know that? I say, I don't know, because you are connected with Supreme Power. I am connected with Supreme Power. Your question is going to the Supreme Power, and the answer is coming from the Supreme Power. God has used me as a medium here. That's it. And that's why when we go to sit with many saints, and all of a sudden they start telling us certain things. I can give you a good example. As I said, I left my corporate world in 2007. It started Path to Anandam. 2019. Again, I was with my guru. It was at 10 o'clock at night. We parted. I just did the pranam to him in Rishikesh. He left. And then he stopped. He said, Satya, आपसे एक बात करनी है. मैंने कहा बताइए क्या बात है. बोले तुम वापस अपनी कंपनी में जा सकती हो बायोजेनिक्स में. मैंने कहा स्वामी जी आप बात क्या कर रहे हैं. 12 साल पहले आपके सामने ही तो ये डिसीजन हुआ था. आपने तो मुझे एडवाइस किया था कि अब तुम इस संसार को दो जो देना है. आप मुझे वापस जाने को कह रहे हैं. And I totally, जैसे, because with gurus I'm also a friend. I discuss, I argue, and so I said, Guru Swamiji, that is not a part of my life. I even don't know the language of that business anymore. Believe it or not, 2019 December, I had to go back. And again, I am in the corporate world and serving the both. So they sometimes read why one is needed at certain places. He saw that need because he knew, whether he knew it or not, but due to COVID, I had to go because my husband has a diabetes and some other issues, and he could not go. And he prepared me 6 months in advance to go and take care of it. So कहने का मतलब ये है कि Guru have a very powerful energy. But one thing make sure, gurus are in this physical body and we judge them because गुरु ने ऐसा बोल दिया, गुरु ने ऐसा कहा, गुरु की ये एक्शन है, गुरु डांटते हैं, गुरु ऐसा क्यों बोल दिया, गुरु ने ऐसी एक्शन क्यों की. We start judging them, and that's where we lose our conscious, going higher to the conscious level and self-awareness. Because gurus जो बोलते हैं पता नहीं क्या बोलते हैं, लेकिन सब कुछ हमारे लिए अच्छा होता है. मैंने आपको एग्जांपल भी दिया था रामानंद जी प्रसाद जी का. एक बार उन्होंने मुझे इतना डांटा कि I cried in my car for half an hour before even I could drive the car. After all मुझे यही मैसेज मिला, अरे वो तो कृष्ण भगवान जी की वाणी है जो मुझे बोल रहे हैं, मुझे उनमें कृष्ण भगवान जी नजर आने लगे. सो कहने का मतलब है we have to have our antenna up. Because gurus are enlightened, they are in the physical body, we might not judge them, but we should always connect ourselves with the higher conscious level, and then the messages will come. So, hallmarks of enlightened person is guru. They are beyond these 5+ enemies I call, these worldly desires, anger, greed, attachment, ego, fear, and jealousy. They are free from all. And also, this is a good indication for us how to find the best guru in the market, which we will talk in the next one. So what is the role of the guru, which we have already spoken about it. So Paramhansji, which I put his picture, many people must have read his autography. He says, gurus they may righteously teach others about him. To regain one in divinity, one must have such a master or guru. He who faithfully follow a guru, true guru becomes like him. See, यहाँ पर मैसेज है. हरिहर जी महाराज ने मुझे बोला था, बी अर्जुन. मुझे समझ में आ गया कि I am the worldly person who has the desires, who has the anger, who has the greeds, who has all kind of vishad in my काम, क्रोध, लोभ, मोह, अहंकार, everything I have those. And गुरु जी कह रहे हैं कि अर्जुन बन के गीता पढ़ो, गुरुओं की वाणी सुनो और उनका मनन करो, सुनो, मनन करो, and then follow their teachings and practice it. This is what Guruji told me. I understood that. So for Guru help to elevate the disciple to his own level of realization. This is, I just put it as a difference between Guru and teacher. I will not go much into it because it's each sentence itself is a talk here. But I will simply say the teachers are very important in our life because they prepare us for the worldly knowledge. School teachers, college teachers, university teachers, also many other teachers in our lives. Because we have to live in this world also. We must have that knowledge. And now Google has become a biggest teacher for everybody. Everybody you need it, just people go to Google. But the true guru will give you the knowledge how to attain your inner peace, happiness, everlasting peace, which is not snatched from us with this worldly turmoil. Kabhi khushi, kabhi gum. Wo real guru teaches us go beyond that. So ultimately, experience the Satchitananda within us. That is a true guru who makes. So here it says, and I took the definition here. Very, okay. It says the worldly knowledge, the guru who gives the worldly knowledge that is the teacher, but who gives a spiritual knowledge along with the worldly knowledge. ये नहीं है कि गुरुओं को spiritual knowledge आती है. हमारे ऋषिकेश के गुरु जी जो है स्वामी चिदानंद जी, आप उनसे कोई भी बात पूछो, चाहे वर्ल्डली हो चाहे spirituality की हो, he is the encyclopedia of that. Because at one time I argued with him and I said, स्वामी जी आपको क्या मालूम, आपने सिर्फ आश्रम में बैठ के सब कुछ देखा है, आपने गृहस्थी थोड़ी चलाई है. हमको पता है हम क्या क्या अपनी जिंदगी में गुजरते हैं। And he told me, he's like a psychologist. He told me, सुबह से शाम तक लोग मेरे पास आके यही तो क्वेश्चन करते हैं, और जो तुम कह रही हो ना, वो पहले से वो आंसर इतने बढ़िया आंसर देते थे कि you would never go wrong in your life. But why do we need the guru? भगवत गीता में तो इतना साफ कहा है कि attain the transcendental knowledge from a self-realized person means guru, a spiritual master. By humble reverence, we have to really be surrendering to them by sincere inquiry. I used to argue a lot with gurus. And finally, I learned कि I have to respect them more. क्योंकि गुरु जी ने जब मुझे बोला सबकी respect करना सीखो. Because being a scientist, being that, to me, I had to find the answers, though I still find the answers from them. But he taught me how to ask the questions. The self-realized soul will teach you that knowledge. This is the key thing. और फिर Sanjay, in Bhagavad Gita, he says, also, by the grace of sage Vyas Guru, who provided me, see, his blessings, Vyasji ki blessing, he got the blessing from Vyasji. That's where he could see the Bhagavad Gita by sitting in palace in the Kurukshetra. So yoga directly from Lord of Yoga, Krishna Bhagwan Ji, Yog Shastra. He is the master of the yogas. He himself spoke to Lord Krishna and to Arjuna. So one must have a spiritual master. And then what kind of masters, what kind of gurus? There are two types of gurus, external gurus, जो कि in person आते हैं हमारी life में. And I will tell you that, like Swami Hariharji Maharaj came in my life. He had given me the Gita in my hand. Though my father, I saw him reading Bhagavad Gita all the time from very day first, I would say, whenever I remember, my father always read Bhagavad Gita. But he was also in the Moni Brat, always in silent, but very big businessman, but would not speak even a single word without some meaning. And of course, we were also belong to everything like Arya Samaji, Havan, and we used to go to Gurdwaras and Masjid, Dargah. I was raised with the Dargah, with the Muslims, where the Sufis practice Islam. So I was raised with all the mixture of all the religions. But जब स्वामी हरिहर जी महाराज आए, उन्होंने भगवत गीता मेरे हाथ में दी, and then that becomes my biggest external guru. And Bhagavad Gita became my guru. Mother Nature, Prakriti teaches us so much. For example, if the दो birds भी बैठ के प्यार कर रही हैं, sing कर रही हैं, it teaches us that we should sing, make our life as a singing part of it. It's not कि हर समय हम अर्जुन की तरह और विषाद में रहें, रोते रहें. इसीलिए अर्जुन, श्री कृष्ण भगवान ने कहा था, अर्जुन बन जाओ लेकिन विषाद में नहीं रहना. विषाद को कैसे विषाद योग में कन्वर्ट करना है. In other words, all the difficulties, unite with God. Yoga means unite. How to unite your vishad with the union with the supreme power, and then you can march your life. So विषाद से विषाद योग में कैसे बदलना है. जब विषाद हो तो भगवान से कैसे मिलके उस प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करना है. That's what the message to me was. And then of course internal guru. Guru is a wisdom. It's the infinity power and compassion. Guru, that power which is awakens within us. So how to find your guru? When you are genuinely ready, Guru will show up. You do not need to find a guru. The guru will find you. But that does not mean that you stop seeking, because as Rumi said, what you seek is seeking you. See, look at that first sentence, what it is. When we are ready, Guru will knock on our door. And here I want to share you a beautiful story. I had no idea. And सबसे पहले मैं प्रणाम करती हूँ, बहुत लोग आप उसको जानते हैं, Prabha Duneja. She's the one who introduced me to Ramanandji Prasad, and she took me to the Fremont Library to listen to his Bhagavad Gita class. She is the one who took me and to place to meet Hariharji Maharaj in Minneapolis. There was a conference, and that's where Guruji told me, "Ki beta, become a Arjun." But the other story, which is the many stories come in my life, how I met Guru, how I met Guru in my dreams. They came in my dream. I do a lot of yoga nidra, and one of the Guruji, which I will show you his picture later. But he's a very big preacher in India, and it's उनको सब महाराज जी बोलते हैं, ज्ञानानंद जी महाराज. I was in the Ayurveda clinic because I used to go and spend 4 or 5 weeks every few years in Ayurveda clinic due to some physical limitations. But after that, I felt like I want to cleanse my physical body with all those treatments. So then the spirituality goes better in me. And those 4 or 5 weeks will give me totally time to focus on spirituality. And I was there, and all of a sudden I see a Jnananandji Maharaj in my yoga nidra or dream, whatever it was. He's the one who is calling me. He's talking to me, and I say, I don't know this Guru at all. But then I said, okay, after this session, this 5 weeks, I'm going to Rishikesh, because we always had a yoga conference, and I last 2 years I did not teach, but I always taught him during that 1 week for the yoga class, how to apply the yoga through Bhagavad Gita in your life. And so I said, okay, I'm going there, and maybe Swami Jnananandji Maharaj is coming there, so maybe I'm going to see him. But when I came back from that hospital, where we did not have the access to internet, then when I came back to Hyderabad and opened the Facebook time, and here was the message that we are looking for you, and we want to, please send me your phone number, and by whatever other things they were asking, my detailed contact information. And I said, I cannot give this kind of information to unknown. So I called up, because they gave their phone number, and that was the Swami Jnananandji Maharaj who called me. And when I called him, he says, I would like to invite you to come to Lal Killa. There was a conference on Lal Killa. And he says, I would like you to join the conference and speak. And he says, 40,000 people will be there, which were. And there, Swaraj, Sushma Swaraji, Ramdev Babaji, all the saints were there. And he asked me to speak right there. And he was looking for me where I did not even know him. So the good example is, Guru will look for you, they will find you. But at the same time, here it says, but that does not mean that you stop seeking. Become a seeker. Always become a seeker. So how to find the Guru? Because God is the highest Guru. He will connect us. So external Guru, seeking advice from Guru. जैसे कि अर्जुन की सबसे पहले, अर्जुन के और कृष्ण भगवान जी तो बहुत दिनों से इकट्ठे थे, but Lord Krishna become his Guru only when he really looked for the information from him. And he says, Karpanya dosho pahit swabhava, paschami tvam dharma sammur cheta, yachse jani nichitam bruhi tanme, shishyasteham shadi mam tvam prapanna. Finally, when he become in real Vishad, Lord Krishna says, he knew, is not only friend, he knew him as a disciple, he knew him everything about Arjuna. Of course, he was Lord. That's why it says Lord is the highest Guru, highest wisdom, which could give it to us. But Arjun didn't know, but when Arjun was in Vishad, he asked for it, and that's the time, and he accepted it. He is in Moor Cheta. He cannot think straight. And now I surrender to you. I always say, anytime we are in difficulty, this is the best verse. If puri verse nahi yaad hai, just Shishyasteham shadi mam tvam prapannam. I surrender to you. Please tell me what is good for me, not what I want, what is best for me. So here is the external Guru of Arjuna, who is seeking for advice. So again, this is a guru and disciple relationship. But here he's asking for advice because now he had a full faith in Lord Krishna and he surrendered to him. He said, Shishyasteham, I surrender to you. But look at the benefit of it. Lord Krishna, just with this one sentence, one phrase, Shishyasteham Shadi Mam Tam Prapanam. Krishna Bhagwan ne puri Gita umad ke rakh di, not just for him, for all the humanity. And look at that, this Vishad, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Ankar, all the diseases, all the difficulties in life, this Vishad converted into Prasad. Prasadam di gacchati. He got the Prasad, ultimate Prasad, with many, ultimately, Jeev Atma, he became the Dharmatma because he started following his duty. So he became Dharmatma. And then, of course, many times he's known as Mahatma. He became Mahatma and united with Paramatma. So union with God through Satchitananda. This is the ultimate summary of Bhagavad Gita, which we will talk about it. But basically, Gita makes man to God. Gita start helping us, guide us how to live like God. So here, when Arjuna had faith and surrender, now look at it. He awoken him up, and he says, Nashto moha smriti labda tat prasadan maya yo. Sthito asmin gat sandeya karishye vachanam tau. Now I will do as you advise, because I am now equanimous, I am sthir, because all of my doubts are gone. And now I am going to do as you advise. But then he says, Vat prasadan maya yo. He says, thank you. He is expressing his gratitude. And today is the day we must express our gratitude, whatever anybody has taught us in life. So again, I go back to this one. External gurus, Mother Nature, anybody who came in our life, every day, every moment, we get the messages from someone, from universe, from somebody says something to us, whether we like it, we don't like it. It's all Lord Krishna's guiding us. This whole universe is a school where we are sent to learn every step of life, every moment of our life, and we must have our antenna up. That what are the message Lord Krishna is saying or giving or situation. So anytime there is a situation, we like, we don't like, first question asked, भगवान जी आप मुझे क्या मैसेज दे रहे हैं? भगवान जी आप मुझे यहाँ क्या सिखा रहे हैं? क्या करना चाहिए मुझे? So again, question comes, who is my guru? And I said many gurus, parents, friends, Mother Nature, everyone. क्षण क्षण में, कण कण में हमारे गुरु हैं. And Gita is my ultimate guru, Jagat Guru. It taught me how to live, how to die, and how to go beyond. Who am I? Gita gave me the direction to lead my life, how to lead my life, what is the purpose of my life, why God has sent me here, and then how will I fulfill this purpose of my life, and how would I live in this happily in this world. मृत्यु में संसार से बेड़ा लगा दो पार. How Lord Krishna takes us from this मृत्यु में संसार से. मय्येव मन आदत्सु मयि बुद्धि निवेशा. मेरे में मन लगाओ, मेरे में बुद्धि लगाओ. So this is how inner Guru and Gita taught me. Swami Harihar Ji Maharaj taught me. So we all have inner Guru. हमारे जो अंदर की आवाज आती है ना, जरूर नहीं है उस समय हमारे फिजिकल गुरु. हम जैसे कुछ सोचते हैं, immediately your inner voice wakens up. Guru, Gita wakens up. गीता की वर्स सामने आ जाती है. That phrase comes right in front of us. So to me, Gita is 3 G's. God, because it's the voice of God. It's the guide, Gyan, everything we need in this world to live. And beyond, everything is in Bhagavad Gita. Every verse. And as I said, even if you don't understand anything, everybody who is here understand, but I tell people, even you do not understand about Gita, just say Gita, 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 त्याग त्याग त्याग, गीता आपको त्याग की तरफ ले जाएगी. And तो त्याग और वो तप. Again, I will not go into many verses because due to the time, but there is a beautiful verses of त्याग in chapters 17, 14, 15, 16, how to do the shariram tap uchyate, mansam tap uchyate, vani tap uchyate, how to do the manan of mind, dhyan, how to do the vani ka tap, and how to do make our life every moment as a tap, because whether we are talking, whether we are doing something, or we are thinking something, make that as a tap in our life. And also Gita teaches that all the actions, how to do the karma yoga, because every moment we are doing something. So it teaches us how to dhyan karo, dhyayato vishyan punsa, how to think that our memory is not lost. We are not taken over with our desires and anger. So Gita teaches us how to think, what to think, which is the representation of head. And then do it, whatever you do, put your love and compassion, bhakti yoga, nothing but love and compassion in every action. And then bring it in your hand. Love all, serve all. Satya Sai Baba always says that, who also came in my dream and became my guru also, because I did not know him. And he used to come in my dreams and he guided me many, many things. And so, love all, serve all. Neki kar kuए mein dar. Help ever, hurt never. Always think about helping, but not hurting anybody because of our emotions. So again, Gita is head, heart, and hand. It combines all those three. So Karma Yoga is hands, Bhakti Yoga heart, and Jnana Yoga head. Combines all those. So now the question comes, Gita offers us all. We must have a guru. We can awaken the guru within us. But the question comes, what kind of seeker I am? And Gita asks that question so beautifully and explains it so beautifully. It says there are 4 types of devotees. One who is distressed, like Arjuna when he was in Vishad. When we are in Vishad, तब कहते हैं भगवान जी हमारी रक्षा करो, हमारा सब कुछ, उसी समय हम मंत्र गाते हैं, सब करते हैं. That at that time we are the distressed devotee. But then हमको ये लगता है कि आखिर जब थोड़ा माइंड ठीक हो जाता है, इमोशंस ठीक हो जाते हैं, and then look at Arjuna. First he was in Vishad, so he was under distress. But in self-knowledge, when Lord Krishna started giving him the self-knowledge, who he is, what is birth and death and all those things, then Lord Krishna gave him all the wisdom, all the knowledge. Still he was not satisfied. He wanted to know more. He says, I want to see your Vishal Dev. Actually, आप जो कह रहे हैं वो है कि नहीं, हालांकि he never says in Bhagavad Gita, to me as a inquisitive person, मेरे को ये लगता है कि अर्जुन ने वो चीज इसलिए भी कही होगी, मतलब मैं ऐसे ही कहूंगी, तो मैं अपनी बात कर रही हूँ, because I become an Arjun, कि मैं भगवान जी से कहूंगी, you are telling me all these goody things about yourself. You will do this, you do this. Now, I want to actually see that. Give me the proof. And Lord Krishna, अपने विशाल रूप में उन्होंने अपना विशाल रूप भी दिखा दिया. So that seeker of self-knowledge, and of course, seeker of wealth. Many times we are in distress and भगवान लक्ष्मी की पूजा करते हैं, हमको wealth चाहिए, ये सब. This is all related to the different type of seekers. But the enlightened man, Lord Krishna says, man of wisdom and enlightened devotee is most dear to me because they are united with me. They are focused on me. So ultimately the answer is become the wise and become the dearest. So this is a final, it says Jnani is my most dearest one. The enlightened man of wisdom is most dearest to me. But there is nothing wrong being a devotee when we are as a distress. I always say कि भगवान को ही तो याद करते हैं दुख में. यदि वेल्थ की भी जरूरत है तो भगवान के पास ही जाते हैं. किसी के घर में चोरी करने तो नहीं जाते हैं, भगवान से ही तो बात कर रहे हैं. So whatever situation, I think to me doesn't matter at what time, because I'm going to be devotee, different type of devotee in different situations of my life. Of course, my goal is to become the enlightened devotee, but I'm a seeker, and hopefully I become, and I'm looking for a blessing from all the gurus. Even yesterday I asked Guruji, I said, bless us that we become the jnani, enlightened. And that's the one thing I always ask every guru, please bless me with that. So action. Why I put this 4 months? Because on this Guru Purnima, Chaturmarth started. For 4 months, the energy is very strong, very spiritual energy in the universe. So during that, what we do, our practices, bear a lot more fruit than in a regular days. Like it says sometimes, you do one activity and then you get with the bonus. Like in a store, they say, buy one, get another one free. Here, similarly, when we practice, the impact is so strong. So next 4 months, we must practice self-transformation. Our goal, हमको संकल्प ले लेना चाहिए. गीता में चैप्टर 6 के 24 वर्ष में संकल्प का इतना बड़ा वर्णन किया हुआ है. Look at that. So basically, raise our conscious level. In these 4 months, transform ourselves, have a more faith in God, learn to surrender more, do more seva with bhakti, seva, karma yoga. What is karma yoga? Action with jnana, with compassion, with love for all, sarva bhut hite rata. Then हमको in due course of time, जैसे गीता में फिर कहते हैं, in due course of time when we do the seva, then वो ज्ञान हमारे अंदर अपने आप आ जाता है. So seva, certain people are extroverted, they like to do more seva. Some people are more introverted, they like to focus on jnana and meditation. Whatever it suits you, all these activities, but we all must do in balanced life, follow the daily action planner. I have put it there, which we will be talking next week. We will not talk about it too much about it, but basically in 4 months, starting next week, we will have a very serious practices of all these activities with our planner and everything from morning to evening. And believe me, when we are talking about morning to evening, whatever we are doing, we will continue to do it, but we will do it with the consciousness of supreme power. So I would like to now start on the meditation part of it and express our gratitude to all the gurus and prepare ourselves for the next 4 months. So let's all sit down. I will unshare this part. But we will all sit down very comfortably. Sit down wherever you are. Pay attention wherever you are sitting. If anything place of the body is uncomfortable, please make it more comfortable. Align your back with head, spine, hips. Just sit straight. Take a deep breath all the way down to your stomach. Hold it. Exhales very slowly and gently through your nostrils. Take another deep breath and hold it longer this time. Exhale. Inhale. And this time, with deep breath, balloon your entire body. Exhale very gently and slowly through your nostrils again. And now breathe normally. The focus of breath is so important during the meditation because with breath, you can reach to the every atom of your body. Consider here, breath is your guru, which is guiding you. Breath is our guru. The more you meditate, the more you will realize breath is another form of our conscious level, Atma. Now breathe normally, and with every breath in, smile. Smile in, smile out. Smile in, smile out. Anandam in, Anandam out. This practice of Anandam will take us to the ultimate Anandam, Satchit Ananda, with the direction of breath. And now continue to breathe normally. And with every breath, just tell yourself, I am relaxed. And feel the relaxation in your body. And continue to smile with every breath. And recite the Om 3 times. Take a deep breath. Om. You now focus on your nostrils, on the breath from the nostril. Combine Om mantra, the symbol of Om. Put it right in the nostrils, on the both sides of your nostril. And breathe in with the Om mantra. Just like Om and breath are mingle with each other, totally merge with each other, like a rope. Every breath is going in with Om mantra. And continue to smile. सांसां दी माला नाल जप्पा मैं तेरा नाम. This is how we can practice. Feel that the powerful energy, the divine energy emerging from Om mantra. Riding on the waves of breath. Reaching to our lungs, enriching the lungs with this healing power, divine power. Removing all the deformities in the lungs, healing our lungs, and moving to the heart. Removing all the blockages from the heart, balancing our blood pressure, and filling us with the divinity. With Sat Chit Anand, purifying our heart, dissolving all the resentments, all the gile shikwe. Anything we are holding in our heart is getting dissolved with this divine power and enriching us with anandam, with a smile. Moving down to the stomach area. Healing all the organs of our digestive system, liver, kidney, detoxicating us from worldly desires. Enriching us with equanimity. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan manogatan atmanev atmana tushta sthit pragasya do uchyate. Giving us the equanimity with self-satisfaction, because this area, which is also known as the third chakra, is the place for peace, but also holds a lot of desires, burning desires. This is the place in the body which gives the birth to a lot of fear, worries, because we are unsatisfied. A lot of desires lead us to that. So this area needs to be healed with the power of Om energy, this divine power. And the energy is moving all the way down to our toes, healing our hips, our knees, ankles, feet. Feel that entire body is getting enriched with this divine power generated by Om mantra. Back, shoulders. Our body is becoming like a balloon. Whole body is filled with pure energy. Our jaws, our teeth, our mouth, ears, eyes. Moving upward to our forehead region, where you see the light now. You see beautiful golden light, or any color of the light. It's shining like a sun. There is no darkness anywhere in the body. Ballooned our body with golden light. All the doubts disappear. All the ignorance, darkness, worries, fear, diseases in the body are enlightened, healed with this golden light. This light has filled all the physiological systems in our body, heart, entire cardiovascular system, digestive system. Endocrine systems, all the hormones and enzymes are balanced in our body. We are fully healed. This golden light is our Guru. Which is expanding the entire head region. You might be feeling some sensation in your head, some tinkling sensation, because the head region is open now. The entire body is open to receive the messages from Supreme. Gate is open. Your antenna is very high. And now, thank you. Every situation in your life which has taught us a lesson and prepared us to deal with life more positively, without drowning in this mrityumay sansar, teaching us how to swim and face every situation in life with a smile, with courage. Just say thank you to your parents for bringing us to this universe. Whether they are here or they have merged with supreme power. Thank you, Ma, to your parents. Thank your siblings who have taught us a lot. By fighting, by disagreements, and then mending our relationships. Our spouses, our children, our teachers who prepared us to make our earnings, build our careers. Thank all of your friends, near and dear ones, for teaching us something every day in our life. All of your colleagues, your bosses, thank Mother Nature. Though it's difficult to thank Mother Nature, last year and a half, what happened. But we learned a lot of lesson that how we should respect Mother Nature, not to destroy. Mother Nature has taught us a lot last 18 months. So thank you, Mother Nature. Thank you. Thank you. teaching us how to stay in your own boundaries, how to go within. And thank you very much for all of you coming in my life.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Om
Shanti.
Shanti, Shanti. Peace for my body, peace for my mind, peace for the universe. Sato mam satgamya, tamso mam jyotirgamya, mrityur mam amritam gamya. And now bring your energy down, all the way down, and rub your hands and tap your head, massage your head. Your hands are filled with powerful healing energy. So you could practice it at home by meditating and putting your hands on that particular region, on shoulders, on knees, wherever are required. And now rub your hands again and make a small cup and put it on your eyes and gently open your eyes.